Hi guys, what is going on? My name is Jordan from It's Unique Kinda. Today I'm going to be guiding you through the Modern Warfare 3 custom class system, and I'm going to be telling you two of the best custom classes in Modern Warfare 3 at the moment. So guys, sit back and enjoy. So the gun I'm going to be showing you today is the Type95. Now this first option has rapid fire with a red dot sight. Your secondary weapon is FMG9 Akimbo. Your lethal and tactical equipment will be a Bouncing Betty as well as a tactical insertion. Your perks will be Sleight of Hand Pro, Quick Draw Pro and Stalker Pro. And your point streaks will be the UAV and counter UAV, and they will be your only kill streaks or point streaks, and your death streak will be revenge. So talking about the Type95, the Type95 is an assault rifle comparable to the FAMAS in Modern Warfare 2 and comparable to the G11 in Black Ops. It is a free burst weapon and has a variety of attachments. The most commonly used are the red dot sight, silencer as well as rapid fire. The Type95 can be used both as an aggressive weapon as well as a defensive weapon. So moving on to the secondary weapons, which is the FMG9 Akimbos. I'm going to be showing you some clips here and also going to be talking you through how powerful these secondary weapons are if you don't know how powerful they are already. The FMG9s can be used both in Akimbo form and single form. Single form, it does produce a lot more recoil, and Akimbo form does produce a lot more firepower. Now the FMG9 Akimbos are renowned as one of the most overpowered secondary weapons, or one of the most overpowered weapon in the game. It can beat many primary weapons, and it clearly rules in the secondary weapon department. You see people running about with FMG9 Akimbos and just spraying people down. Now this weapon would be useful for something like the Type95 if you was playing a defensive role. So now we're going to be talking about your lethal and tactical equipment, which are your Bouncing Betty as well as your tactical insertion. Now you may think the tactical insertion is a weird choice for your equipment. Well, in this game it is one of the most powerful tools to combat the spawning systems. By choosing where you spawn, you have a greater advantage over your opponent, as you know you won't be revenge spawn and there is a less likely chance that you are going to be killed off your spawn. If you're wondering why I chose the Bouncing Betty instead of a Semtex, Frag or Claymore, the reason is that the Bouncing Betty is quicker to plant, it has a wider blast radius, and it also complements a rushing role, as you can plant the Bouncing Betty quickly behind you while you're rushing in case someone is chasing you. Now moving on to the perk choices, which are Sleight of Hand Pro, Quick Draw Pro and Stalker Pro. Now these perks are all designed to help you keep up with your enemy and to add a bit of pace to your gameplay. Sleight of Hand Pro will let you reload your weapon quicker as well as swap your weapons faster. Quick Draw Pro will allow you to aim down the sights quicker and recover from equipment and grenade usage quicker. And lastly we have Stalker Pro, which allows you to move quicker while aiming down sights as well as delay detection triggered explosives. So as I said, all these perks are designed to keep you in the action and give your gameplay some pace. Sleight of Hand Pro will keep you in the gunfights and keep your weapon reloaded. Quick Draw Pro will allow you to get the advantage with accuracy on your enemy, and Stalker Pro will allow you to keep up with your enemy if they're using juiced or extreme conditioning, as well as get past all those tricky explosives which are pre-detonated. So last thing which I'm going to be talking about is the point streak as well as the death streak. Now the point streak is UAV and counter UAV. This is designed to be a team kind of class, so then your team has a UAV up in the air constantly and the enemy is constantly blocked with a counter UAV. If you constantly have a UAV up in the air, you're going to have the advantage in all the gunfights, and if the enemy has a counter UAV up in the air, they're always going to be at a disadvantage in a gunfight because they don't know where you're coming from on the minimap. And lastly, the death streak. I chose revenge because if you're having a bad time, you're going to want to find where that one particular enemy is, and in Modern Warfare 3 all enemies tend to bunch together, so finding out where that enemy is will lead you to many other enemies. And lastly, I have a secondary class which you can use for the Type95, which is also using rapid fire, and instead of a red dot sight you're going to be using a silencer. You're going to be using the MP9 with a silencer because that works better with a silencer than the FMG9s. You going to be using a C4 and a portable radar to keep in the know-how as to where the enemies are, and to pull off some sneaky explosive tricks using Blind Eye Pro, Assassin Pro and Dead Silence Pro. These are the 3 stealth perks in each tier, so this is going to be a class for stealth, so then the enemy doesn't know where you are but you're going to know where they are. And you're going to be using the specialist perks, which are Sleight of Hand Pro, Quick Draw Pro and Sit Rep Pro, and you're going to be using the Halo points, or Halo ports, points it is, sorry, couldn't read that, chuckle, so then you can get a extra bullet damage for 1 kill. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please do give it a rating if you want to see me do more episodes like this. I enjoyed making this episode, so remember, give it a like, give it a comment, subscribe to my channel if you like my stuff and if you like me, of course. And guys, I shall hopefully see you in the next one. Merry Christmas to you all. Ho ho ho, bitches.